More than 40 days into the government shutdown, and there is new hope it could end as soon as this week. Thanks for joining us. I'm Kim Kalunian.
And I'm Kayla Fish. Senators returned to Capitol Hill this morning with optimism that the record-long government shutdown could soon end.
7 Democrats and an independent voted with Senate Republicans late Sunday to advance a House-passed short-term funding measure. Now, under a compromise deal negotiated by moderates, that bill would be amended to fund the government through January, reverse shutdown-related federal layoffs, and guarantee back pay to all federal employees.
It also includes 3 longer appropriations bills for certain agencies, including agriculture, which funds the SNAP program.
Keeping the government shut down for another week or another month doesn't indicate that there would be any change in the outcome. All it would mean is that more Americans would suffer.
Now, the deal promises a Senate vote on health care in early December, but without a guarantee to extend the Enhanced Affordable Care Act tax credits. A number of Democrats are calling this plan a mistake.
Now, the deal must still be approved by the Senate and the House.
Now, this potential compromise comes as the impacts of the shutdown are reaching a boiling point for federal workers, air travelers, and those who rely on federal food assistance. The fate of the SNAP benefits program for millions of Americans is also at the center of an ongoing legal battle between the courts and the Trump administration.
The president continued to push the Supreme Court today to keep the benefits frozen during the shutdown after a lower court ruled that the program must be funded in full last week. Our Sophia Szabo joins us live now outside the Rhode Island State House with the latest developments. Sophia?
Well, Kim and Kayla, there is a lot of back and forth right now, and the fate of being able to afford groceries hangs in the balance for some. While our local leaders are pointing the finger at President Donald Trump for causing all of this, Republicans say it's the Democrats that are preventing the government from reopening and preventing the program from getting the funding it needs. Chaos and confusion across the country as the status of food aid for millions bounces between courts. Congressman Gabe Amos says President Donald Trump is to blame.
The fact of the matter is Donald Trump did not have to be cruel and callous and allow people across this country, and many in Rhode Island, 145,000 people, go hungry. That was wrong.
Republicans have blamed Senate Democrats for keeping the government closed and grinding the SNAP disbursements to a halt. Last week, a federal judge ordered the administration to fund SNAP benefits for November in full. It triggered states like Rhode Island and Massachusetts to release the funds onto EBT cards, which Congressman Seth Magaziner says was the correct choice.
This is money that belongs to the American people, money that Congress appropriated for this purpose that multiple federal judges are saying needs to be released. So I think the state is doing the right thing in releasing those funds.
Shortly after, the Supreme Court granted the Trump administration an appeal blocking full SNAP payments. Yet many states already sent the funding out, including Rhode Island and Massachusetts, where Governor Maura Healey says benefits have been fully funded as of this morning.
I want to make sure that SNAP beneficiaries are out there and using their SNAP benefits to buy food that they need to feed themselves and their families.
Last night, Rhode Island and Massachusetts joined a coalition of 20 other states in filing a restraining order against the motion, which Magaziner says is another move in the fight to get Rhode Islanders their benefits.
The state understands that these are Americans, these are children and elderly and veterans who need to eat, who need access to food.
As the shutdown drags on, we're also tracking the latest on SNAP benefits and the ongoing legal battles.
Sophia Szabo continues our live team coverage with where things stand in both Rhode Island and Massachusetts. Sophia?
Well, Mike and Shannon, chaos and confusion surround funding for SNAP while the issue is bouncing around the courts. Our local leaders are blaming President Trump for all of this, while Republicans say it's Senate Democrats that are preventing the program from being funded. The fate of SNAP benefits for millions bouncing back and forth in between courts. Last week, a judge ruled the Trump administration must release contingency funds to get people their benefits while the government is shut down. Governor Maura Healey says benefits in Massachusetts are fully funded as of this morning.
I want you to know, because of the actions that we took, your SNAP benefits have been restored to your cards. Go out and buy the food that you need to feed your family.
The Trump administration appealed to the Supreme Court, who granted a freeze, but only after states like Rhode Island and Massachusetts released the funds onto EBT cards.
The average SNAP benefit is $6 a day. No one's getting rich off of this. 140,000 Rhode Islanders, mostly children and elderly, depend on this program.
Congressman Seth Magaziner says Rhode Island is doing the right thing while anxiety grows among people relying on SNAP.
The most common concern is that people either aren't going to be able to put food on the table or are going to have to skip rent, skip paying for their prescriptions, skip going to the doctor.
While Republicans blame Senate Democrats for holding out on reopening the government and keeping the program from being funded, Congressman Gabe Amos says it's Trump's fault.
And to let millions of Rhode Islanders and frankly millions of Americans really and thousands of Rhode Islanders go hungry is not what we should see out of the White House, not what we should see out of a president.